So welcome everybody to today's Cogitate's update meeting. We're going to be talking about our updates from the last month and address verification in the chat window, and Paul will bring that to my attention. All right, so getting right to it, we want to go to our updates. So this last month, we worked on several things. The primary pieces to focus on would be the new utilities that we've added in our general ledger. Just to cover that again, there is a whole thing on that. So we'll just kind of come into here.
Tools. Oh, you found it. Okay.
We'll put it under posting. But it's been a bit. So basically, this utility lets you change the account number that was posted to an from an existing one to another one. So if I come into here and I look at anything that is, let's say I had something where I had this account number that we were posting to this one and has been changed to a new one. So I have like half of this year where it was changed at the beginning of the year and we needed to change the rest. So you just put in the new one that you'd put it to. I don't have it set up for that. And then the date starting from this date going forward, that's the number you want to change all the transactions starting from that date, whatever the date you give it, to the new. It's going to be helpful as you go through there and start making the accounting manual changes. I just want to make you aware of it. I'm not going to go over it. We have a whole video on it. But basically, I just want to make you aware that we have that here. And yes, it's going to kick me out when I'm all done. But it will let you go through and different numbers until you're finally all done. And when you close it, then it will kicks you out to reset the key, to reset everything on your Pro Fund. The other thing that we added is our export to Excel utility. And that can be found again in Tools, Export to Excel. And this is a utility that we're doing, that we've put together to help generate Excel spreadsheets with the exact data you're looking for. And then from there, you can modify the spreadsheet to do many different things. So this is just a quick and dirty, it's not designed to build super fancy Excel spreadsheets, but it's just designed to come in and do that. So I think I have, here's one. Okay. So it just generates a big Excel spreadsheet from whatever kind of data you're looking for. If you need one of these Excel sets to be generated, just give us a call on the phone. We'll connect in remote and we'll set you with whatever it is you're trying to look at and generate. We've done quite a bit with Brian. We've done a couple other ones as well. Okay, so that's the two new things we've done in our updates. A couple things we've done in reports. We've been doing a lot with our reporting, and the ones to hit is everybody kind of uses the AP check register reports. So we've done a lot to that. I'm not going to try to show that because I really don't have good data to test with. Brett does because he's the one working on it. Same thing with, we've done a couple of reports. We have a new payroll year start date. Again, allowing you to put in different dates for things like that for different reports. And then we added a low and high reconcile date to the budget reporting so that you can look at, again, it just makes it, with the low value, which didn't used to be there, you can start from a beginning time and go forward. We added some things in here where we upgraded the tools. Again, the Pro Fund Accounting install was, we have stuff where we have tools that we use to make the software. There's a major upgrade to the tool that made the installation software that we use. So every time you get like an update, you run the install. So you'll see some new screens there, as well as it's a brand new, engine, if you would, or core to that, if you would, for that to run. We also, again, as we did it, we forgot the PFA barcode fonts. So again, we had another update right after that to get the fonts into that thing. Let's see, is there anything else? We really didn't have a whole lot of other things that we went to. So today I'm going to kind of cover a couple of things that I normally wouldn't cover. So I wanted to talk about another feature that ProFund has. We have in our software, we've had it for quite a while, but not many people know about it, or I guess like everything, we hide it so well that people don't really know, about it. Let's go to the easiest place would be payables, vendor maintenance. We have a little thing called address verification, and now not a lot of people know what that is or understand it. Essentially, what that does is it gives you a chance to run an independent query on whether the software, whether the account, the address you have for something is correct. So I'm just going to take, I don't know, tester inspection, and here's basically what they have for, these valid things. And I'm going to click on the little address verification, and it rewrites the address in something that the United States government postal service would want to do it by just simply clicking this button. It will run off to the internet. So if you don't have internet connections when you do it, it doesn't do anything. It just comes back, like you haven't clicked on it. But if you do have internet, then it runs off to the internet, sends something to a place, and then from that place it gets it back, the response. And you notice it is case sensitive, or it will lowercase what it returns. It will give you the zip for, it'll give you the way the government looks for the piece. So if I don't save that, let me just click off it, and I don't save it, and we come back to there, you notice that it says, address line 1 is inspection services, and then the address line 2. When you send something like this to the federal government, this actually has to go now to a different route. It's interesting when you look at some of how the sort solution happens for it. But this anything sent to these people could take potentially 1 to 10 extra days to get to them, just because it's in that service. So this is why address verification can be very helpful. So when you re-verify it, you'll notice it gives you the actual code and street as the first line, and then the second line being the inspection services. So again, just it depends on what you're looking at and how you're putting it together. These things are sort of important for address maintenance. How do we get that turned on for you to look at? So like here where we did this, a lot of people haven't been putting things in address line 1. So if you click it, it'll say you need to have something in address line 1 because of a lot of our older reports didn't put it so there's a space in between there when it was printing out the address, and it looked kind of weird. So we would want to put this up into address line 1, take it out of address line 2, verify it, and there you go. Now it's a valid the way the government wants to see it. So to turn this on and to use this button effectively, you have to kind of set it up and establish an account. Now, the place that we went to do this, we used a service called Smarty Streets. And so if I come over here to API setup, you'll see the Smarty Streets API connection, and you get this big goofy address and token. So I'm going to go ahead and start up Internet Explorer, drag it over. So this is kind of what you're talking about, whether you get, the accurate, fastest and address verification. And you can try Again, you can sign up for different services. They got all kinds of things they do in here. What we're using is we're using US address verification. We're not using the autocomplete or anything else like that. Simply just the US verification. So when you're looking at if you're going to purchase something, you can purchase more, but for the most part, we're just using the single address verification. So you can come in here, you can look at their demos, but when you sign up for an account, I'm going to log into our account, but when you sign up for an account, you'll get back here and you will see that, hang on, let me just get signed in. So you can see that we've started a 30-day trial for the US address verification, which is what basically we're doing. We've played with some of the other stuff, but essentially this is the one we're doing. So when you click on this, you can go to, once you get to the dashboard, once you sign in, you can create a free 30-day account and set it up. But then you can go to API keys and you'll see the spot where it will say auto-generated. And you can basically copy that key, which is the same key. If I come back into Cogitate ProFund Accounting, that's this key here in the address ID. And then the token is, this should be the same token right here. So once you get those keyed in, you should then be able to do 1,000 lookups in a day for your ability to do the address verification. We've had this for a long time. There's a lot of other places other than just the one place. You'll see this in several other locations in ProFund Accounting where we have. And the way you'll know if we're doing the verification on it is you'll see it in right here. I'll show that little square box right there. And we basically call verify the address is valid. And so you just click it, you can see that it's valid. Of course, every time you click it, it runs a validation. So, again, it's up to you to, if you want to continue this. I think it's $50 a month or something like that for their lowest value. Let's go to their billing and take a look. Let's tell you, we'll go to their home. You go to pricing. So you get a free trial of 30 days. You get 1,000 lookups. Do you have to have it always on? That's a question. There's questions. Otherwise, $54 a month gives you 5,000 lookups for the month, and that should be more than enough, for you guys. But what you can do with this free trial is, the only downside of the 30 days is you just have to come back after the 30 days is up. You just come back to here and you can renew the free 30-day trial. Trying to put in an account number with our current one is sort of not very intuitive to use. In other words, what we call this is our account control on how to put it in. And what we've done in the past is we've had, if we go to General Ledger Post, we'll just do a BGT. So it doesn't really matter. We have to balance it and just say new. We have this account control here where you're kind of more used to what we've done before. Where you can switch it, you can change it, you can just put in the last four. So you can just do a 517 plus 075 plus 1670 plus 0. Yep, 1680. And I thought that was my account number, but I can hit the. Well, the way this one works is with the pluses. Okay, we'll do a 028. So you can put in the account number with just the last four. I just don't know the account numbers that well. And when you hit the tab off of it, it shows the whole account number. And you can always switch it to the box mode to see the whole account number as well. So that's kind of what the older one has. We've been working on the last couple of weeks and on getting a new one created. So I'm just going to kind of show and tell the new one a little bit, just to kind of let you know the things that we're currently working on and you'll be seeing coming soon. In all the places where we have that old cruddy account number control, we'll be doing the a different account number. That's just a little test program for it, but sometimes you guys like to see, you know, how we build things and how we make stuff. So the new account control is going to have, I'll probably have another little thing on it. And so basically what you're seeing right here is what the new account control is going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and load up a section of data. So we have a new account control and we've been working pretty much in the box mode. And one of the things you'll immediately see is based on your account, how many characters will determine how large the boxes are. For instance, like the department is only a 1-character code, so it's just a very small box in the box mode. So you'll be able to look at stuff like that. Also, there's some things in here. We've been playing with the retired and a whole slew of things, and we'll be able to do quite a bit in the different modes. So I'm going to go ahead and clear it. So for instance, if you're doing like, you know, you can just click on the controller and put in a 517. And it's going to backfill and forward fill everything that's unique. So because I don't have any other 517s in this control, I was able to find just one. So we get his department, his fund, and you know, because I only had one child, his activity. So it's helpful on things that you might have that you only have. So again, I'm going to clear it. Oh, sorry, gotta do the clear the other way. So we're, like I said, we're still working on it, but I just wanted to show you what's going to be coming down the line. Is same thing here when you're just typing in the account number. You can go 201. I don't think this version has it. Yeah, this version doesn't have it. It's busted. Okay. So you can kind of get the idea of the different things that we're doing with it. And, you know, like for instance, if your activity is unique, it'll fill both sides. It'll go all the way to the end and it'll go all the way to the beginning. So there's some account numbers that just have their own activity, given that they don't have a control, you know, given that it's just one account number at that level. So what do I mean by that? Let me just see here with a quick little tree view that we have of account numbers. Oh, something, does anybody have an account number that would normally be fairly unique? Yeah, it just looks like here I found one. Yeah. 016. So let me, I'm just going to go ahead and put in, find it to 0. So you put in 016 tab, and there's only one. So it fills the whole thing in just by putting that one in the box mode. Same thing will happen here in the, this is not done yet, but the same thing would happen here in this mode, where it would put in, if you put in 016 and then hit the tab to tab out of it, it would find the whole thing because there's only one 016 in the activity. Hopefully they kind of understand that, but this is coming. It'll be on a, you know, it'll be implemented in a couple of weeks. But just kind of show you the things that we're, you know, moving forward on. I call this future content. So I wanted to just cover that today so you can kind of see, you know, kind of how what we're doing is we're trying to make things a lot better and easier. So that would then, like here, this would be like one of those controls, and that would be one of those controls, and it'd be a lot easier to work with. Just so you can kind of get a quick understanding of what we're working on, and sometimes it's nice to have a little, oh, this is what they're doing.
You are now working smarter with ProFund Accounting. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.